Right, moving on to the rest of the card now. Still reviewing the UFN event here, and the next match I've got is Carlos Condit versus Jake Ellenberger. Couldn't find any details on Ellenberger, so big question mark there. But Carlos Condit 22-5 with 13 submission wins, 9 TKO wins, and only 3 losses by submission. Although he is coming off his recent loss to Martin Kampmann, he's won over the likes of Frank Trigg, Brock Larson, John Alessio, and loses to the likes of Jake Shields. I do feel that whoever Jake Ellenberger is, he's probably a bit of a can for Carlos Condit here. So I'm going to go for submission by choke in the first round. There. The next one, interesting match this. Gray Maynard is fighting Roger Huerta. Now, Gray Maynard is 7-0, usually wins by decision, so he's not very good at finishing people. Fighting with Extreme Couture. The only calibers that he's ever faced and beaten are Frankie Edgar and Rich Clemente. Now, if we look at Roger Huerta, he's got a record of 22, 20, 2 and 1. 1 loss by submission, 1 loss by decision. 11 TKO victories. He is coming off his loss to Kenny Florian, and this is his first fight this year. A lot of people are saying that Gray Maynard can go a long way because he's a very, very strong wrestler. But I still think that Roger Huerta actually is a much safer bet on this, to be fair. He may not be quite the wrestler that Gray Maynard is, but Maynard hasn't fought many people in that division, and Roger Huerta has. I just think you're going. I think if you place your trust in Gray Maynard, you're going a little bit on his 7-0 and wrestling abilities, which are, I think, untested, relatively speaking. Whereas Roger Huerta is quite fast-paced and exciting. I'm going to go for a decision victory for Huerta there. Certainly it would be good for Maynard if he does win. It will certainly boost him up the rankings there. And it will not be so good for Huerta, although I thought that Huerta wanted to actually get out of it for a while. Perhaps that explains why it's just his first fight this year. Of course, there's always the worry with ring rust, isn't there? Anyway, the main event, Melvin Guillard, fighting out of Team Punishment with a record of 22-7-2, 13 TKO victories, but 6 losses by submission. He's on a 3-fight win streak, usually loses to names, and he is fighting Nathan Diaz, who I would class as a name, to be honest. Nathan Diaz has a record of 10-4, so he's a little bit outclassed on paper there. Loses by submission and decision. His main wins are by submission as well. He is actually just coming off 2 losses in a row. Both are losses by decision. You've got Joe Stevenson and Clay Guida. I think that he's another one a little bit like Jeremy Stevens that I feel a bit sorry for. I hope he gets a win, and I think he will this time. I'm going to go for a submission win by Barr in the 3rd there, because Guillard does sometimes lose by decision, and I'm not sure that Nathan Diaz will get TKO'd, so to speak. So that's my second video for this one, for this event. And as I say, sorry it's a little bit early, and I won't be able to do a recap obviously until I get back from the US.